Hello everyone, Morp here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up an adhesive farm. I had some comments and some streams, and some people are asking how to get a bunch of it, and I thought I'd go ahead and hook you guys up here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a place to place a camp that has a water source near you. And it's not required, but just the way that I do it is. And I am going to be coming up here in the forest area, kind of out of the way of people coming by and stuff, and not natural enemies respawning here. And I do like this spot because there is a chance that the scavenger trader could also come here, which is also always a great thing to have a vendor at your camp. So what I'm going to be doing here, I have a camp spot set up here, and I am going to go ahead and build a brand new camp. Go into my Pip-Boy and click down here, the button to move your camp. And I want the circle to kind of encompass a good chunk of the water over here. I'm going to place my water generators over on the far side to kind of limit the amount of enemies that can come over and spawn and attack it and stuff. I like to keep the structure that's already there um, in the build area because it's always kind of cool to build stuff with containers and stuff inside. It looks like we got a good amount of space around here. Put a bunch of generators. Let's go ahead and just place it right here by the tree. Alright, so from here, using the camera mode, here to build. I'm going to enter the build menu from here. Click on to, I'm going to start off with my generator because I want these to be um, going as I am building the rest of the stuff. Start with our generator. Where are you? Pop this down. Really matter where, we can move it around. Start with there. Gonna get the large purified water are always what I like to use because they produce 60 an hour, which is really quick. And we're gonna want as much water, purified water, as we can get. We're gonna be able to make the cornstarch with, which is what we're gonna be after here. Basically, I'm just gonna fill the area, as many as I can get over here. And they don't have to be pretty. I'm just testing this out before. I was trying to see if I can do a little trick where I'm going to show you here in a little bit of stacking the plants over, and I couldn't figure out how to do get these to stack on top of each other to save space. But if anyone knows how to do that, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going around here. And in this video, I'm not going to be putting defenses up for these, but I once you have your camp set up, and depending on where you are, I do suggest you make sure that it is protected. Let's get a couple more. All right. Be quite a lot of purified water for us. Get them all connected up here. I like to make sure that every one of these are connected themselves to here, instead of having them all just daisy chain off of each other, just in case some enemy does come by and kill one of them. It's not going to break the entire chain. Oh, let's go ahead and rock and roll here. Now that we have our large water purifiers all powered up and everything, and we have a little bit of area here that we're going to be working with to get our plants and stuff out here. But before I do that, other than these large purified water collectors, which I prefer because they get up to a maximum of 4 water per unit, and they seem to fill up pretty fast. You know, if I go do a quest or two and I come back, They're nice and full. And also, don't forget you can lock these. I do suggest you do unless you're okay with people coming by and grabbing all the water. But I typically will have this base specifically just to farm my adhesive when I'm going to be using it. So I'll have everything locked, and I'll switch to my normal base, and then when I do want to farm, I come on here, and that's my whole purpose here. So I don't want anybody taking stuff. But other than the large purified water thing, if you do have access to the vintage water cooler plan, which comes from the Holiday Scorched event, not the Halloween one, but the Christmas one, um, and you wanted to conserve space, you can get these little water purifier, vintage water coolers, and they do stack up, which can really conserve space. I personally don't like these because they take quite a bit longer to fill up, and they can only hold a maximum of 2 water. When I'm kind of doing this, I once had like 45 of these sitting out there, and I'd leave for like 30 minutes, and seemed like half of them would just have one in it, and the other ones still wouldn't have filled up yet. And I don't know the exact way that it does work, but I believe there's like a certain amount of water resource that your camp has access to. So once it fills up, you got to wait like a certain amount of time. But that's why I like having the water purifiers in water, because obviously you're not going to run out of water. But anywho, so from here, we're going to go on to our next step of placing the plants that we're going to be using. And to make cornstarch from the cooking menu, you're going to be planting potatoes, Mutfruit, and um, corn. And those are the 3 ingredients, plus the purified water are going to make cornstarch, which turns into adhesive. So we're going to go rock and roll, and I'm going to show you a little trick on how to get them basically to stack up a lot quicker or a lot closer together so that once you're going to be throwing an item called turbo fert onto them, one turbo fert is going to make them all regrow. So let's go ahead and get to that. From here, what we're going to be doing, you can buy a plan for the farmable tiles from Samuel for gold bullion, or from Minerva, I believe sells it. I think Minerva might sell it. Uh, the Turbo Fert, definitely. Otherwise, you can buy it from gold bullion, and it'll be able to place things. And the reason that we're doing this is we want it to be completely flat. You can stack up stuff with a little trick that I'm going to show you on the ground, but it gets kind of wonky. It just works better if everything's perfectly flat. So in here, what we're going to be doing, it's pretty simple. So we're going to go down to food, and we're going to start with our carrots, or no, actually we're going to start with our corn. So we're going to place one corn here, and in the corner, a little tucked away, and get one sort of about that far away. And so from here, you're going to hold E for on keyboard is E, but on console, I'm not sure the button that you'll be placing. You can look down at the bottom of your screen, find out. If you place it, hold on the first one, which will make it turn white like that, and then you click on the next one, just single click it, and you'll have those two selected. And for keyboard, it is R, and you can look down at the bottom on console to see what button it is. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to overwrite this one, and we're just going to call it the same, top of our list. So now we have a blueprint for that. So I'm going to go here on the left one, and I'm going to remove the corn. I'm going to go into my blueprints, go up to the top there, one armor, and now the little trick here, normally you'd have to place the corn kind of far away, but with this blueprint, sometimes it's kind of wonky, but if you spin it around, if you see on the right, it's letting me place the other one directly on top of it. Right? Or you might need to be a little bit off. Kind of figure it out. Spin around a bit. There, and then pretty much just rinsing and repeating. A little spin around. Place one there. Spin around. And the amount of space that you're able to fill up on one blueprint is typically, I think it's 16 plants that you could put on there. So just go until you have 16 corn. And if you want, you can go and just make an actual blueprint of all 16 of them. If you wanted another one, you wouldn't have to do this work over and over on your next base. But anyway, so go until you get 16. So we're going to do the same thing with potatoes. Where are you? Food. Oh, we're going to start with some potatoes. We're going to kind of get it over as far as we can. One there, one there. I'm just going to overwrite the same little blueprint that I had up here. Overwrite. Same deal. I'm going to remove the left one. Back to my blueprints. And there you go. Kind of, you can get them as much as you can. Tucked away in the corner. Possible. Oh, actually, I ran out of potatoes here. So the gist of it is you're going to do the same thing with corn, with potatoes until you get about 16 there. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is Mutfruit. And please let me know in the comments if any of you guys have any better experience with this. I can't seem to make the Mutfruit stack on themselves like I can with the other ones. So basically what I have to do is I just kind of fill up the rest of the area with as much Mutfruit as I can. Got one there, one there. I'm going to do the same thing here. The blueprint, I'm just going to overwrite the same one. Oh, remove that guy. And go back to our blueprints. And then this one, it kind of gets a little wonky here, so I got to kind of just place them wherever it's going to let me. Kind of fill up this little square. One there. Rid of that one. Same deal. Doesn't want me to really get them perfectly on there. Close enough. Oh, actually, see if we can squeeze one. No, it's not gonna work. Right there. Closer. Squeeze another one right over there. As you're having trouble with one side, just try the other one. Wait. Doot, doot. Anyhow, you can kind of get the idea of that. You can kind of wiggle it around and kind of make it look pretty. And this is if you specifically wanted to get it on only one square. Otherwise, you can kind of fill up. The gist of it is you wanted to have be in a small area. So the next step here is we're going to be making. We're going to go over to our resources. And this is the Turbo Furt plan, which you can get from either from Minerva if she's got it on sale that week. Otherwise, you can get it from Creator or Foundation at the Reputation vendors there for some bullion. And really where you place it, but place it there. And the next thing that we're going to need is going to be a little cooking area. I always like to have the little guy. We're going to go from there and go ahead and collect up, see if we can get any waters. See how these things got one water there. One water. They don't seem to fill up very fast. Let's see what these guys are doing. One water. One water. Now with the Turbo Furt, when you throw it down on the plants, you're going to go and pick all the plants that are there. And when you throw it down, it's going to instantly refill or regrow everything that is there. So basically, you can just, however much purified water you have, you're going to be able to just spam it and make this corn starch here. So click in here, we're going to click on our potatoes. Now you're going to equip the turbo fert just like it's a grenade. Now if you see how we've already picked all the plants, throw your turbo fert. That's going to regrow everything. Go ahead and spam your little button. Click everything. Now that they are all stacked up here, you can kind of just click on here, click, and kind of rinse and repeat. Click. And it's a lot easier than making a long row and kind of having to run around. You get it just right with the right blueprints, you can just spam kind of one little section here. So from here, you're going to go and make sure that you do turn on your super duper perk. Going to give you a little bit more results from there. And when you are picking the plants, make sure that you have the green thumb perk card on, so that you'll be able to get more plants and stuff. So from there, we're going to go over here and see if we get a little more water. Go down here and under utility. And up here, we're going to be making vegetable starch, which is going to require 2 corn, 2 Mutfruit, 1 purified water, and 2 Tatos. And we're going to go ahead and make 5 of those. Since we just set this up, we didn't have very much water. And from there, see, we got 6 vegetable starch. We make about 12 adhesive. And so once you get this all going, and these are all full with 5 water, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, you get a whole bunch of purified water. You can just sit here and basically just spam as much water as you got. You can keep on making adhesive. Another tip I do have, if you have access to treasure maps, especially like the forest treasure maps, I find are a really great place to get purified water. I've gone over there, I bought like 1,000 forest treasure maps off someone's vendor, and went over and did them all and had 1,000 or like a whole big stack of purified water, and I made like 100 turbo fert, and I just kind of spam, and just kept going until I got them all, and I ended up with a whole bunch of adhesive. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you guys like this kind of content, and yeah, definitely let me know if anyone has a better way to stack these, because I do have other blueprints that I've made from other people's camps that look a lot prettier. Actually, I could show you that here. Yeah, see, like this is a much better. If you get it just right here, you can put this in the corner. Get it just right, or wherever it will go. Oh, I don't. Oh, do I have enough? I don't think I have enough space. But yeah, if you get it just right, you can place this kind of in the corner, and then your carrots over here and your potatoes. They can all fit on one square, which is really nice. But anywho, I hope this really helps you out, guys, and I will see you guys out there in the wasteland.